Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'd. Habati fillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Asal Allah kareem, Rabbil arshil azim, an yatawallana fi dunya wal akhirah. Question was asked: أردت أن أسألك سؤالا عبر دروس في دمام. هل تعرف أي مراكز أو دروس العلماء الدروس للعلماء في دمام أو المناطق القريبة؟ كذلك المراكز لتعليم اللغة العربية والعلم الشرعي للنساء. اخبرني إن شاء الله. So this was a question, and the question was asking about I want to ask you a question during your dروس, or I wanted to ask you a question during your lessons. In Damam, Damam is a city in the eastern province of Saudi Arabia. Do you know of any centers or dروس or lectures and lessons for scholars in Damam, in the city in the eastern province, or in some city or town which is close to it? Likewise, a center for studying the Arabic language and knowledge, Sharia-based knowledge for women. So the question in regards to this, as I haven't lived in Saudi Arabia now for several years, 2019 is when I left Saudi Arabia, the last month, December 2019. And I left from I was living in Damam at the time. However, as far as places for the women to study, I don't know. So what I would say is, first and foremost, if you are an individual, meaning the questioner, if you live in Damam, that is for you to do your footwork. You will have to go ask the people. There's so many scholars everywhere in Saudi Arabia that you'll be able to find information if you're persistent. And if you're a woman, you can go to the centers, you can go to the tahfidh, the Quran for women, and you can ask them. And you can just find other people who are on the path in the journey of talib al-ilm. So that is my first piece of advice. Secondly, as far as dروس in Damam, there are dروس. There are many dروس and lectures of the scholars all the time. There are many local scholars, and some of them I'm not really as aware of their names, because I used to sometimes attend dروس. It might be in a masjid that's close to my neighborhood, which would have dروس in Kitab al-Tawheed, for example, after Maghrib, and it was convenient for me. So after the gym, I go there and take a shower and have enough time to attend the dars or something similar to this. As those final years in Saudi Arabia, I really wasn't sitting, in dروس as much. I was more concentrated on other efforts. And so that is to say, anywhere in Saudi Arabia, you will find dروس. Almost in any small village to any kind of big city and town, you will be able to find places to study. And there are ulama there. As far as a center for studying, again, I don't know. There really wasn't when I was living there in Damam, because Damam is a little bit more, I think, more of kind of a business center a bit, even though Jeddah having its status, but it had more opportunities. There was the Maraكز that I graduated from there in Jeddah, which is called مراكز لتعليم كتاب وسنة. And I don't even know if it still exists, because I heard back when I was in Saudi Arabia, my last final years, that it was getting closed down or something similar to this. I don't know. So again, the best way to know is networking with those people who are there. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, to accept our good and forgive our evil, protect us from kulli su wa makruh, bless us all with ikhlas, wa thabat ala sunnat nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, wa sallallahu wa sallam, ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.